Chapter 1. The Unhappy Queen. Cersei Lannister was the queen of the Seven Kingdoms. She lived in King's Landing, the capital city. Her husband was King Robert Baratheon. Their marriage was very unhappy for many years. Robert did not love Cersei, and she did not love him. Cersei was a beautiful and proud woman from a powerful family. Her father was Tywin Lannister, the richest man in the land. Cersei had a twin brother named Jaime Lannister. She loved Jaime very much, more than anyone else. They had a secret relationship that was forbidden. Cersei had 3 children, Joffrey, Myrcella, and Tommen. Everyone thought King Robert was their father. However, Jaime was actually their real father. Cersei protected this secret fiercely because it was dangerous. If people knew the truth, her children could lose everything. Jon Arryn, the king's helper, discovered the secret. He died suddenly, and many suspected poison. Then, Ned Stark came to King's Landing to help Robert. Ned also discovered the truth about Cersei's children. He confronted Cersei and told her to leave the city. But Cersei was stronger and smarter than Ned thought. King Robert went hunting and was killed by a boar. Cersei moved quickly to make her son Joffrey the new king. She ordered her guards to arrest Ned Stark for treason. She wanted to control the kingdom through her young son. Cersei felt powerful now that Robert was gone. Chapter 2. The Queen Regent and the War. Cersei became the Queen Regent because Joffrey was young. She tried to rule the kingdom, but it was difficult. Her son, King Joffrey, was cruel and hard to control. He did many bad things that made people hate him. Cersei often could not stop him from making bad decisions. A great war started in Westeros called the War of the Five Kings. Many people wanted to remove Joffrey from the throne. Cersei's other brother, Tyrion Lannister, came to the city. Their father sent Tyrion to be the hand of the king. Cersei hated Tyrion and blamed him for their mother's death. She did not trust him and tried to work against him. Tyrion was clever and often outsmarted Cersei. This made her very angry and frustrated. Stannis Baratheon, Robert's brother, attacked King's Landing with ships. Cersei was very afraid during the Battle of the Blackwater. She hid in a secure room with other noble ladies. She drank a lot of wine to stay calm. She feared the city would fall and they would be killed. She sat on the Iron Throne with her youngest son, Tommen. She was ready to poison him so he would not be captured. At the last moment, her father Tywin arrived with an army. They won the battle, and the city was saved. Tywin took control of the city and the government. Cersei lost much of her power to her father. Tywin planned to marry Cersei to Loras Tyrell. She hated this idea and did not want to marry again. She only wanted to be with Jaime. Chapter 3. New Rivals and Great Losses. To make an alliance, Joffrey agreed to marry Margaery Tyrell. Margaery was beautiful, kind, and very clever. The common people loved Margaery, which annoyed Cersei. Cersei saw that Margaery was manipulating Joffrey easily. She felt that she was losing control of her son. Cersei hated Margaery and saw her as a dangerous rival. A big wedding was held for Joffrey and Margaery. During the wedding feast, Joffrey drank poisoned wine. He choked and died painfully in Cersei's arms. Cersei was devastated by the death of her first son. She immediately blamed her brother Tyrion for the murder. She demanded that Tyrion be put on trial for killing the king. During the trial, Cersei worked hard to prove Tyrion was guilty. She found witnesses to lie about him. Tyrion demanded a trial by combat to decide his fate. Cersei chose a giant warrior named the Mountain to fight for her. Oberyn Martell fought for Tyrion but was killed brutally. Tyrion was declared guilty and sentenced to death. Before he could be executed, Jaime helped Tyrion escape from prison. Before leaving, Tyrion killed their father, Tywin Lannister. Cersei was shocked and furious when she found her father dead. She now hated Tyrion more than ever before. She felt alone and surrounded by enemies. Her youngest son, Tommen, became the new king. Tommen was gentle and easily influenced by others. Cersei tried to control Tommen just as she had controlled Joffrey. Chapter 4. The Faith Militant and Shame. Cersei's daughter, Myrcella, was away in Dorne. Cersei received a threat and feared for Myrcella's safety. She sent Jaime to Dorne to bring their daughter home. Meanwhile, in King's Landing, Margaery married King Tommen. Margaery quickly gained influence over the young king. Cersei felt that Margaery was stealing her last son from her. To destroy Margaery, Cersei made a dangerous plan. She made an alliance with a religious leader called the High Sparrow. She gave him permission to arm his followers, the Faith Militant. They were religious fanatics who wanted to punish sinners. The Faith Militant arrested Margaery and her brother Loras. Cersei was happy that her rivals were in prison. However, her plan backfired terribly. The High Sparrow learned about Cersei's sins too. He arrested Cersei and put her in a dark prison cell. She was treated very badly and given little water. She waited for Jaime to save her, but he did not come. To get out of prison, she had to confess to some sins. She admitted to having a relationship with her cousin Lancel, but she denied that Jaime was the father of her children. As punishment, she had to perform a walk of atonement. They cut off her beautiful long hair. She had to walk naked through the streets of the city. Crowds of people shouted insults and threw dirt at her. A woman walked behind her ringing a bell and saying, "Shame." Cersei cried but kept walking until she reached the castle. She was humiliated and filled with a cold rage. When she arrived, her new bodyguard carried her inside. Then, bad news arrived from Dorne. Her daughter Myrcella had been poisoned and died. Cersei's heart was broken again by the loss of another child. Chapter 5. The Revenge of the Queen. Cersei waited patiently for her revenge against her enemies. She had her new, silent bodyguard protect her always. King Tommen was weak and followed the High Sparrow's orders. He announced that Cersei would have a trial by the faith. He also said that trial by combat was now forbidden. Cersei knew she would lose a normal trial. She refused to attend the trial at the Great Sept of Baelor. All her enemies were gathered inside the sept. This included Margaery, Loras, their father, and the High Sparrow. Cersei had a secret supply of wildfire placed under the sept. Wildfire is a dangerous green liquid that explodes violently. From a high window in the Red Keep, Cersei watched. A massive green explosion destroyed the Great Sept. Everyone inside was killed instantly in the fire. Cersei smiled as she watched her enemies burn. King Tommen saw the explosion from his window. He realized his wife Margaery was dead because of his mother. The grief was too much for the young king. He stepped out of his window and fell to his death. Cersei had now lost all 3 of her children. An old prophecy said her children would die before her. She felt cold and empty inside without them. With Tommen dead, there was no king left. Cersei took the Iron Throne for herself. She was crowned Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. She wore black clothes and sat on the throne with a stern face. Jaime returned to the city and saw what she had done. He was shocked that she had killed so many people. He stayed by her side, but their relationship was changed. Chapter 6. The Final War. Cersei now ruled, but she had enemies on all sides. Daenerys Targaryen arrived in Westeros with dragons and an army. Daenerys wanted to take the Iron Throne from Cersei. Cersei needed allies to fight this powerful new enemy. She made an alliance with Euron Greyjoy, a cruel pirate king. Euron had a large fleet of ships that Cersei needed. Euron wanted to marry Cersei, and she used this to control him. Cersei became pregnant again with Jaime's child. She was happy because it gave her a new reason to fight. A meeting was held with Daenerys and Jon Snow. They showed Cersei a zombie to prove the army of the dead was real. They asked for a truce to fight the dead in the north. Cersei agreed to send her army to help them. But it was a lie. She never planned to send help. She wanted her enemies to fight each other and grow weak. Jaime was angry that she lied about something so important. He realized she was only selfish and did not care about the world. Jaime left Cersei and rode north to keep his promise. Cersei was alone again, but she bought a mercenary army called the Golden Company. Daenerys won the war in the north and came to King's Landing. Cersei captured Daenerys's friend, Missandei. She had Missandei executed in front of Daenerys. This made Daenerys incredibly angry and vengeful. Cersei filled the Red Keep with common people as human shields. She thought Daenerys would not attack the innocent people. Cersei watched from her high tower, feeling confident. But Daenerys attacked the city on her dragon. The dragon burned the city walls and the Golden Company. The city surrendered, but Daenerys kept burning everything. Buildings fell and thousands of people died in the fire. Cersei realized she had lost and began to cry. Her guards tried to help her escape to a safe place. Jaime returned to the city to save Cersei. He found her in the map room, frightened and crying. They hugged each other tightly. She told him she did not want to die. They tried to escape through the tunnels under the castle. But the exit was blocked by fallen stones. The castle was collapsing above them from the dragon fire. Jaime held Cersei as the roof fell down on them. Cersei Lannister died in the arms of the only man she ever loved.